What is going on, guys? So today we're back with another Pokemon Masters video, and today we're actually going to be going over 5 tips to conquer the Battle Villa. So let's roll the intro and then we'll kind of get into this. So basically, I wanted to do 5 tips that I learned while I was conquering the Battle Villa. I only recently conquered it like a couple of days ago. By the time you guys see this video, the new one has already started, but I kind of wanted to do a couple of things that I wish I would have known when I was going through the Battle Villa the first time, if that makes any sense. So these aren't in any particular order by any means, but they're just kind of like 5 different things that I really do wish that I would have known before I did anything in Battle Villa. So the first thing that we're going to talk about are potions. So as you can imagine, potions are a huge vital role into Battle Villa. With the fact that we have a interesting mechanic where we don't regain HP naturally after every battle like we would normally, it only regains after the daily reset. We do have some treats and stuff that you can do. I actually tried to not use those as much as possible. I did use them a couple of times in my adventure, but I didn't actually use them very much, and I really tried to rely more on potions because that was way more reliable, and the treats that you get only restore 40% of your HP, and that's kind of to me. I really wish that it was a little bit different, but it's just kind of to help ramp up the difficulty in Battle Villa, so I completely get it. Pokemon that are really important here are things like Pikachu, Swanna, and even Eevee are absolutely amazing at this. Anything that uses a potion and can utilize it in a very good way is going to be perfect. Pikachu is probably my favorite only because the Sync Grid has been expanded on that, but we'll get into that in a little bit. Just keep that in mind. The second thing that I want to bring up is that gear actually does make a difference. So a small while ago, I actually had a small conversation in my Discord server, and it was basically about why is it like, well, why do I even need gear? Like, gear just seems like it's pointless. It's just a grind fest. Like, why does it even matter? It actually does make a difference, especially here in the Battle Villa. I think it makes a difference in a lot of cases outside of the Battle Villa, but this in particular is really important because a pin is going to give you even more bulk than you normally would have, which is amazing. And then bandanas and bracelets are going to give you even more firepower and attack, basically, up against your opponent. So those are very vital, considering that we have such a steep hill to climb with every battle. So it's very good to actually go ahead and grind out those gears, especially if you don't have them completely maxed out. It's a good idea to have them. 2-star gear is, of course, way more important than 1-star gear, but considering that we don't have all of the 2-star gear typings available to us, sometimes 1-star gear will do. It gives you like a small, tiny little boost in some areas, but generally I stick with the 2-star gears, even if it's like an off type or anything. So the third thing that I actually want to bring up are sync grids. So I kind of touched on this earlier about how Pikachu is extremely important after you kind of get through some of his sync grid stuff. The reason for this is because basically sync grids have this special tile, and it's happened, I'm 99% sure it's happened on every single sync pair thus far, where we have MP refresh and move gauge refresh. So move gauge refresh isn't nearly as important in Battle Villa in particular, but it is still good. MP refresh though is extremely good because, let's say on Rosa, you have X special attack and you have time to energize. Those are your 2 trainer moves. Outside of those, you only get 2 uses, period, in all of Battle Villa until daily reset, right? So if you have MP refreshes, if you get a good enough chance, if you by chance luck out and get another use case on X special attack, boom, you just got 6 boosts into your special attack. Let me rephrase that. You just got 3 full uses out of X special attack for just having that tile unlocked on the sync grid. Literally, like, that is amazing. Time to energize is also very good because, of course, it's going to give you a ton of bar back, but if you by chance luck out and get an MP refresh off of it, you just got, like, you can just quickly see how much it's going to help you. And there are treats, of course, that are going to give you back your MP of your moves. But like I said, I tried to stay away from those. I did use those a couple of times, but the sync grid seems so good. It's almost naive to just neglect it. You really want to try to focus on the certain sync pairs that you know you're going to be using in Battle Villa. Pikachu, absolutely by far, I would highly recommend working on that sync grid ASAP. Mew also is a phenomenal choice, like absolutely amazing. And then after that, this just kind of really can be up to you depending on how you want to run it. But just any sync pair that you see yourself using more often than not, definitely go for their sync orbs, because those sync orbs are going to help you in so many ways that it will honestly make like a night and day difference once you see the effects of them. It's that freaking good. The fourth thing that I actually want to bring up is persistence is key. So considering that the way that Battle Villa works, you basically get 9 sync pairs a day. You battle until all of them faint out. After the date change, depending on whatever time that is for your local time zone, mine is at 2 a.m. now that daylight savings time is no longer in effect. After 2 a.m. I can then go in and all of my sync pairs are fully healed, all of my MP is back, and I'm completely ready to go. The bosses do not change. You do not have to redo the boss with like all of their HP. Like none of that stuff resets, only yours does. So the reason that I say persistence is key is because it took me 4 days to go from Hall 21 to beating Hall 25. The reason for that is because some of it is RNG based, some of it is just, you know, my stupidity, but some of it is just because of how freaking hard the Battle Villa can be. So in the first day, I really got to like 21, I beat 21, 22, and 23 pretty easily. And then I didn't really have a whole lot left to go up against Hall 24, so I just kind of used the last remaining sync pairs that I had to do some damage to Hall 24. After that, I had to wait until date change because all 9 of my sync pairs had fainted. So after date change, I completed 24 and basically needed to get as much damage as I could done onto Hall 25. I ended up losing all of my sync pairs that day, so I came back, and on Hall 25, day 3, I still didn't take out the boss. So it took me quite a while. I used all 9 sync pairs, but I still had such a sliver of health on the boss that I needed to take a 4th day. So persistence is key here because you only have a certain amount of days to finish the Battle Villa. This most recent round and the round that you guys should be active in right now looks to be around like 20 days, I think it is. Yeah, it's 18 days currently with what we currently have in the game, but basically you really want to try and stay on top of battling. Even if it takes you, 5 days to beat one freaking boss, at least you have gotten through it. I wouldn't have been upset at myself if it took me 5 days to beat Thornton. I probably would have been like, dude, this is taking me forever, like why do I suck? But at least you beat it. Persistence really is key here because if you stay on top of things and you don't skip days, then you really do have a way better chance at beating the Battle Villa because you can slowly chip away at damage. That's what's really key. Persistence is going to be important. And the last thing that I want to talk about are status conditions and how much they freaking rock. So, one thing that I do actually wish that I would have paid a lot more attention to are the status conditions in the game. Things like burn and poison can really carry a ton of weight in these matches. And what's important is not only do they carry a ton of weight, they actually carry over. So if you actually end up losing to a boss and you have him poisoned, after you come back, he's still going to be poisoned. They don't fall off. So it's really important that if you can get off status conditions like that, that they really do compound. So things like the two that came to mind were Koga and Flannery. Koga can use poison and Flannery can use burn to their advantage, but not only do they use it to their advantage, but it's a very lasting effect. It's something that will carry over into the next battle and into the next battle, and it really will help you a ton as far as just small little chip damages go. I like poison better than I like burn, but burn definitely does have a ton of merit here because not only does burn cause a little bit of damage after every move, but it also is going to reduce their attack, which is actually really important because not only is it going to reduce damage, it helps you survive longer. That's just so much more important. Poison is also amazing because, especially with Koga, badly poisoning a Pokemon is going to compound its damage over time, so it gets worse and worse and worse on that Pokemon, and it just makes a huge difference in the end. Like, I can't imagine that I just completely blanked on that. It really, really does make me feel like a dummy. But I definitely want to try to pay more attention to it in the current round that we're in now. I definitely think that tech sync pairs are way more useful than I gave them credit for, and hopefully you guys didn't sleep on them like I did. So tech units unite. So that is actually going to be the top 5 things that I currently really think that everybody needs to know in the Battle Villa. There are tons of other things that we could talk about here, but I definitely think that these are the most important ones for me, from my experience. These were the things that I wish that I would have known going into this. Now, if you guys have any tips, please drop them down in the comments below, because on the few videos that I've done on the Battle Villa, a lot of you guys have been very open about, hey, don't forget about status conditions, or hey, don't forget about, you know, using pins on your tanks so that your aggro gets drawn on, you know, the right Pokemon. Like, that stuff is so helpful, and I want everybody to be able to hear it. So if you guys have any tips, make sure to drop them down below, because we will be compiling an even bigger list eventually. And I kind of do want to make some more videos on the Battle Villa. I'm going to do a video about the lucky skills and the treats that we get, like the crunchy cookies, the creamy cookies, all that kind of stuff. I actually want to go over all of that stuff and try to do some more informational videos on that. So I mainly wanted to get through Battle Villa myself so that I could understand it a little bit before I made videos on it. So here we are. But that is actually going to be it for that portion of the video. We are going to go ahead and do a quick sync pair scout. So I tried to do one on the Steven banner in a previous video that you guys probably, I don't know. But I got shafted again. I'm tired of getting shafted, so I'm going back to the red banner. We're gonna see if we can get red for a 4th time. Yeah, I know. I'm not really like, it literally would be icing on top of the cake if we got him a 4th time, but we'll see. On the count of 3, if you guys want to follow along, we're gonna go in 1, 2, 3. No flashy animation. It's okay. We got no flashy animation here. What do we get though? Give us some good antenna. What do we get? Just a 3-star antenna, so nothing crazy so far. Can we get some good doors? It's just 3-star doors. Don't panic. It's a Rourke. It's all good. But that is actually going to be it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you so much for watching. As always, remember that if you want to join the Discord, it is actually linked down in the description below. Also down there are links to YouTube memberships and Patreon if that's your thing. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and head out, but I'll catch you guys in the next video.